Hey guys, happy Easter to everyone out there. Wanted to play the song In Color by Jamey Johnson today. That is going to be a capo on our 3rd fret, and I've got a fun intro here. That's kind of what makes the way I play this kind of unique in a way, because the chord progression is incredibly simple. Your chord progression is going to be the same as the intro, which is going to be a G chord with I most of the time play my G's this way, but it is kind of song specific. A G chord is always going to have the high E on the 3rd fret. For most of mine, and definitely in this song, I play the B string on the 3rd fret as well. So it's going to be a G chord to a C chord, and then like a half F chord. I just call this the F chord, because an F sharp is kind of the bar chord version of it, but I play this and just call it an F. And that is simply... I'm moving my ring finger, my middle finger, one string down each. I'm keeping that pointer finger the same. The only difference in the pointer finger on the C chord, I want to hear this high E, so it's open. On the F chord, I curl my pointer finger down so it mutes that high E, so I'm not hearing that on my F chord. Other than that is just one string down for the middle finger and the ring finger. So it's those 3 notes throughout the whole song. The chord progression, your 4/4 is G, C, F, back to G. In the bridge, he plays an E minor and then a D chord. And E minor is just 2nd fret on both your A and D string. Everything else is open, and then D chord is one you should probably know. But if you don't, it is just playing the bottom 4 strings on a D, and you are 2nd fret on your G and your high E, and your 3rd fret on your B string. So the intro, like I said, is going to follow that same progression, but I'm going to play it through first, and then we'll talk through it. So here's the intro. Okay, so I'm starting on my G chord. I am upstroking slowly, and my pointer finger is open at the moment, and then once I play the chord, I hammer on to the 2nd fret with that pointer finger. So upstroke, hammer, and then I am just picking at a pretty slow tempo in succession these 4 strings in a row: A, D, G, B. So okay, so that's kind of the not tricky part, but after you play that 3rd fret B string, you are bringing your pointer down to the 2nd fret of the G string, plucking that, hammering on the 4th, and then playing it again open. So once we get to that B, B, 2, hammer to the 4, open, okay? And then we jump right to a C chord, and this is going to be the same thing we do on the following chord in the intro, which is going to be that F. The middle finger, similar to when we played that G and the pointer finger was open and then we hammered on, we're doing that with the C chord, but we're going to be hammering on the D string 2nd fret here. And then, so after we come from this, I'm downstroking here, open, but I hammer on. And then I just kind of pluck a few of the high notes. So, and then I come down and do the same thing on the F. Strum it down and hammer on which is now going to be the G string on the 2nd fret. And then I'm just going open on the G, hammering on the 2nd, and then open again on the G. So then I come up to the D, open and hammer, and then I play the G note again, open. So G is open, hammer, open, up to the D, open, hammer, then open back on the G, and then I just strum a G chord. And that's our intro. So upstroke, hammer on, 1, 2, 3, 4, the C, play around to the F, hammer, open, hammer, G chord. And then that's it. I mean, he jumps in, Grandpa wants this picture here, it's all black and white, to the C, ain't real clear, to the F, is that you there? He said, yeah, I was 11, back to the G. It's the whole song. And then the chorus, same thing, G, looks like we were scared to death, like a sea just trying to save an F. You should have seen it in G. Okay, bridge of the song when he's saying, that's the story of my life. That's simply an E minor to a D. So, that's the story of my life. I throw that in there. So E minor, that's the story of my, come to the D, and then I just take my pointer off and I hammer on what is the G string on the second. So, that's the story of my life. Come back to the E. Right there in black and D, G. Or you can even stay on the D there, I guess. There in black and white. And if it looks, yeah, I think that sounds better. Stay on the D and then come back to the G for that final chorus. So that's In Color, Jamey Johnson. Beautiful song. It's one that very much I can kind of relate to and resonates with me. So I think that intro is really cool. So that you throw that in there, the chord progression is very easy, but you play this song and it sounds like you got a lot going on, but it's really quite simple. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy that and learn how to play it. Thanks.